So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create a Linktree page so that you don't have to have an entire website or a big sales funnel or anything like that. If you want to start getting your stuff out there and sharing that with people, then I'm going to show you how you can do that. So you're going to come over here to funnels and sites. And then we do actually have some templates for you. It needs to be in websites. Then go to new website, templates, continue. And then this should show where the link trees are. Let me type in again. Here we go. So type in Linktree. And you've got some Linktree funnels here. So a Linktree is basically just one page that has lots of links on. So maybe you want to send them to your Facebook group. Maybe you want to send them to your main website. Maybe you want to send them to your podcast. So it's just one page when they click the link in your bio and they can see lots of your stuff. So we've got lots of different templates of what you can use for your Linktree. So all you're going to do is come and select one of them. So scroll down and you might say, oh, I quite like this one. I'm going to go for this. You can always just click this I here and it's going to show you what that looks like. So you might look at it and think, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'm going to go for that. So click continue. Then it's going to add that template into your website. And then once you're in here, this is where we can actually start to change all of your colors and your branding and everything like that. Okay, so we're going to click edit. Okay, so once you're in here, you can see whenever I hover over things, that means that that's kind of like focused in on the thing that I can edit right there. So the first thing you might want to change is your background. So if you hover over this, you'll see the whole blue box around it, which means that that's what you can edit. So you can click that blue box there. And then if you scroll down, you can just come to this background color. So you could just change it all to pink, or the reason why I haven't got this actually is because there's a background image on there. So for example, I could come down here and just click on this picture here, put in any new background. So maybe I want this to be my background. Oh, that's weird. That doesn't really work, but we could have it like that. Maybe I want to delete this picture here. So I could just click that box there. And then with any of these boxes here, if I just, you actually don't even need to highlight it. Once you've selected that box, you can come down here and change any of the colors. So that is a bold color. So I can come here and I can change that to white. This one here, I can come here and I can change that to white as well. So I might say, okay, that looks a little bit better, but I want the text to be underneath my picture. So if we click on this top one right now, we can come down here to the spacing and we can actually change the spacing around it. So if I select this one here, I can move this up and say, I want that to go like that. Or if you want to do it even higher than that, obviously you can go to 60. You might even say, I want it to be at 100. And then it's going to go like that. So you can delete any of these. You can clone any of these if you want to. You can, once you've done that, you can delete that. You might say, oh, I quite want to have like a box around this. So I kind of want to have like a bit of a border around it. So if you click on that, come along to advanced here, click on full border. And then maybe you want your border color to be this fruity pink color. Maybe you want it to be rounded. So the border radius, if you come here and then you click 50, it means that you're going to get this kind of circular thing here. So that's just kind of playing around with the style and stuff like that. Or maybe on top of here, if ever you want to add something, say you want to add a photo, another photo or something on top, maybe your logo, you could click this plus button, come along here. These are all of the elements that you can add onto this page. Maybe you want to add, you can even add a video as well, which is pretty cool. But you could add this image here, come along here to the image, click on this photo button here, upload from media library. These are the photos that I've got in here already, but you could just go to upload file. If I type in logo, maybe I want to add in, I think this has got a background. It might not do. just double click it. Okay, and then we can go in there. So I want to do this a little bit smaller, this logo. So we're going to go to width. I'm going to do it at 200. I'm going to make it smaller. Sorry, exactly the same. 100. There we go. It's a little bit smaller. And then maybe I want to move that down a bit. So again, we're going to make sure you're on the box. Scroll to the top. I'm going to add a little bit of space at the top there. And I'm going to move it down there. I mean, the design of this is terrible. Don't judge my design skills. But, you know, we're trying our best. So I'm going to delete that for now because that looks terrible. But there we go. And then here, you can select this bit here, change any of that background color. Maybe you want to have it black. Maybe you want to have it whatever. If you don't have your, if it doesn't have your color here, you can just click didn't find your color, add a custom one. You could put in the hex code of your color there. If you don't know how to find your hex code, basically what you do is come into, this is what I always do, come into Canva, select the, like a document or something that I've got my brand colors in. So something like this. Honestly, my computer. And then you'll click on here, go up to, here we go, go up to colors. And then any of these colors that you might have in your kind of brand palette, then you can just hover over it and then you'll see the number there. So 221 F20. Even if you click on it, I think you can get that hex code. So that's the number that you want in order to get your brand colors. So we've got that. So then we've got these buttons here. So these are all the links that you can share on your Linktree. So you might say, see our website. And these are actually, the feature of it is a button. So if we went to the plus here and scroll down, it's this one here that we're adding. It's a button. So on this button, you scroll down to the bottom. Let me move myself over. Scroll down to the bottom here. And then we want this to go to a website URL. And then you can put in the URL of where you want that to go to in there. So for example, mine is madeformore.ai. I'll just take that URL, come back into here. There we go. And then I'll paste that URL in there. And then click save. So that is what I would do here. Maybe on this one, you have another URL of something, maybe a Facebook group. You want to put the Facebook group URL or something like that. And then something else, which is very, very cool, which I want to share with you, is actually how you can turn this page into a stand store. So a stand store is, I don't know if you've seen them before, but basically a stand store is where someone is able to purchase something from you without going to a website or without going to a sales funnel or something like that. And they can actually just purchase it right there and there, kind of on your Linktree. So in order to do that, what we can do is with this button here, say if we wanted to say, I don't know, purchase my course, for example. Then what we want to do is have this pop up. So when they click that button, a pop-up is going to open up. Then if we come up here to pop-up settings, we can now customize what happens when they click that button and the pop-up opens up. So we can click add row. We're going to do just one column because we want the thing to go all the way across. Click add element, scroll down to the bottom, and you can have a order form. So you can have a one-step order form if you want to. And then what we're going to do here is come over to advanced, because I actually want to take out some of those things. So we don't need to show the company. We can come and say hide company name. We don't need to show the shipping. We don't really need their full address. The less information you ask for someone, the more likely they are to actually purchase. So what will happen here is we're going to ask for their name, email address, and their phone number. Then whatever product you add to this page is going to automatically show there. So this is showing dynamic item at the moment, but whatever product you add to this page is going to show just under here. So it will say, you know, podcast course, $99, or podcast course, $29, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. And then they will just go down, put in their card number, put in their details there. We've got their name and email address already. Click complete order, and then they can purchase that product, which is so cool. So they're not even going anywhere. So if you're selling, you know, maybe an event that costs a certain amount of money or something else, you can just have that all in here. And we can actually add whatever we want into this order page. So I'm just going to click a plus here because I quite want to give it a heading. So I'm going to put that heading there. I'm just going to use these arrows here to shoot up that heading at the top. And I'm going to say, are you ready to launch your podcast? Then underneath that, maybe I want to write a little sub headline. We can change all of this pricing, or change all of this spacing, and say, in this step-by-step course, I show you exactly how to launch your podcast in 30 days. So whatever it is that's, you know, that's relevant for you. Then I might say, you will learn. Oh, actually, I'm going to do this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to say, you will learn. Then I'm going to add another little box under here. And I'm going to do some bullet points. So I'm going to say, you are going to learn this cool thing. And this cool thing too. And also how to do it with 0 skills. There we go. And then underneath here, I might do one more thing that says something like, purchase now for just $27. So you can play around with all of the spacing of this. You can, you know, play around with boxes and things. Maybe I want to click this, this blue box here, and I want to have a bit of a border around it, you know, just to make it pop a little bit. Maybe I want to have this in bold, so you can always highlight it and just click bold here. Maybe I want to have this bit here with a little bit of a border around it. And I want to make the border red, or you can even just fill in that whole box like that, you know, if you wanted to have anything like that. Play around with all of these things, but that is basically how you're going to do your stand store type thing, and make this all look really fancy. You can add any photos or videos, or you might even want to put up a little video there of you explaining about the course, you know, just saying like, you know, I've got an offer for you, blah, blah, blah. So click save. You always want to make sure that you're also clicking publish. Now, it's not going to let me do it at the moment because I don't have a domain name connected to this site. But when you do have your domain name connected to it, you can just click here and then select the domain name. And then that page is going to be linked to that domain name then. Now, the only other thing that we want to do, you can check how this looks on mobile. Obviously, this is always going to be viewed on mobile, but you can always just come up here and toggle on desktop or mobile to see how it looks. And if you are on the mobile view, if you want to change the font size, you'll see that you've got a little mobile image there, which shows that it's only going to change the font size for the mobile view, not for everything. So the only other thing that we want to do is we now want to add our product to that button. So if we come back here, then these 3 buttons here, you can click these 3 buttons and go to products, and we just want to add a product to that page. So in order to add a product, this is a whole nother training in itself, but I just want to show you how to do that quickly. You're going to come along to payments, because we just want to basically add the product to your site. So you're going to come along here, click up here to products, click down to products there. You're going to create new product. My product is called podcast course. You don't really have to write anything about it, but you can do if you want to. You can also add a photo of it if you want to. This isn't really customer facing, so it doesn't really matter too much. And then, to be honest, I never really play around with any of those. And then this is a one-time payment of £27. You can change any of the currencies in there. You can even say, you know, this used to be £500, which means that at the checkout, it's going to say, you know, it used to be 500, but now it's 27. And then you could also add the available quantity. So if you're doing an event and there's only 20 spaces available, you can just put that I've only got 20 spaces. So once those 20 spaces are gone, it's not going to keep, you know, selling it to more people. And then you can make sure that that's unselected there. So they're not going to keep selling it when it's out of stock. That is all you want. You can also add variants and stuff if you've got like different colors of things that you're selling or whatever. Click save, and that is good to go. And then if we go back into our website, into our Linktree that we just created, let's click on that. We're going to add the product here. So go back to products. We're going to add product. Choose our product here. So it's going to be podcast course. The price of it, it's already got it there. Price is £27. The name of the podcast course, this will be client facing. So this is the name that you want to change. If ever you've got something that's a payment plan, or if you've got something that's a, you know, a one-time offer, you could put this here just so that it's really clear what they're purchasing. And then you can add, this is the whole different thing. We don't need to go into this just now, but I will do another training on that. And then you can click save, and that product is now added. So what you've actually got now, if we go back into our pages, is you've got a Linktree page. Let's just preview that. Oh, here we go. This little button here is your preview link. So this is where you can see what it actually looks like. So this is our preview link, our terribly designed preview of our Linktree. But this here is like this. And then if I do see on our website, it's going to take me to my website. But if we go back and I click purchase my course, you'll see that form that we designed pops up. You've got podcast course in there. It's £27. They're going to be able to view this on their phone. They can put in all of their details, click complete order, and then we are good to go. How cool is that? So the only thing to note is that if you are doing it on you can only do one purchase like that with the pop-up on one page, because a page can only have one pop-up. It can't select between different pop-ups. So I would choose the course, probably your lowest price course or offer that you want to be able to, for them to purchase just on that pop-up. Anything else that is a bit more expensive than that, you could do on where you just click the link and it goes to the sales page, and then they can purchase through that. If you wanted to have them book a call with you, you can just add in the link to your calendar, or you know, any other things like that. If you wanted them to get in touch with you and fill out a form, you can put the link to that form and get in touch. So that is how to do a Linktree.